Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something we all deal with every single day, human emotion. But we're going to look at it through three completely different lenses. One from ancient wisdom, one from modern therapy, and one from the cutting-edge world of artificial intelligence. So let's kick things off with a question for you. How well do you really understand the feelings that drive your decisions, your reactions, and, well, your relationships every single day?
We're going to take a journey, starting with the deep, internal experience of our emotions, then move to the practical tools we can use to manage them, and finally, we'll see how technology is learning to see our feelings from the outside just by reading our words.
All right, first up, we're going way back. We're talking about a system of medicine from ancient India that's thousands of years old called Ayurveda. You can almost think of it as an emotional operating system for your mind and body.
Now, at the very heart of Ayurveda is this concept of doshas. These are three fundamental mind-body principles. They're called Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, and they're believed to govern pretty much everything about us, from our metabolism to our personality. They create our own unique makeup.
Let's break that down a bit. So you've got Vata, which is all about movement and creativity. Then there's Pitta, which governs metabolism and our intellect, kind of our inner fire. And finally Kapha, which provides stability and structure. The key here is that every single one of us has a totally unique mix of all three. In Ayurveda, being healthy is all about being in balance. But, modern life, stress, our habits, it can all knock these forces out of whack. And that state of imbalance, it's known as vikruti. And that's when symptoms, both physical and emotional, can start to pop up.
And this isn't just theory, by the way. An exploratory study from the NIH actually found some fascinating correlations between these ancient ideas and modern psychological states. For instance, a Vata imbalance, it lined up with higher anxiety. A Pitta imbalance, that matched up with things like poorer mood and stress. It's like this ancient map has some really striking parallels to what we measure today.
Okay, so if Ayurveda gives us a kind of blueprint for our innate tendencies, then modern therapy offers a practical toolkit. So let's jump forward a few thousand years and look at something called dialectical behavior therapy, or just DBT.
Now, DBT was actually created to help people who experience something called emotion dysregulation. And that's basically just a term for when your feelings get so intense and overwhelming that managing them in a healthy way feels, well, impossible. It can lead to a lot of chaos and distress. So the goal here is to build skills for emotion regulation.
And here's the crucial point. When you're emotionally overwhelmed, your logical thinking brain kind of goes offline. So DBT offers these really simple physical techniques you can use right in the moment to literally change your body's chemistry and calm your nervous system down so you can think clearly again.
For example, paced breathing. It's fantastic. You can actually try it right now. Just breathe in for a count of, say, 4. Then breathe out really slowly for a count of 5 or 6. Just by making your exhale longer than your inhale, you're activating your body's rest and digest system. You're basically telling your brain, hey, it's safe, we can calm down now.
Another really powerful skill is called acting opposites. You see, emotions give us these urges, right? When you're sad, you might want to curl up and be alone. When you're angry, you might want to lash out. This skill teaches you to notice that urge, and if it's not actually helping you, to do the exact opposite. It totally interrupts the emotion's feedback loop and can dial down its intensity over time.
So we've looked at an internal blueprint from ancient wisdom and a practical toolkit from modern therapy. Now let's switch gears and look at an external mirror, artificial intelligence, and how we're trying to teach it to understand our feelings. So, trying to teach a machine to figure out emotion from just text is a huge challenge. I mean, think about it. All the things we humans rely on, tone of voice, facial expressions, body language, it's all gone. All the AI has are the words on a screen.
So to tackle this, some researchers used a massive data set of over 58,000 comments from Reddit. But they ran into a problem right away called class imbalance. Basically, the data was flooded with comments showing joy, but emotions like fear or disgust were way more rare. And that skew makes it really hard for an AI to learn how to spot those less common feelings. To figure out the best way forward, they decided to stage a kind of horse race. They put a whole bunch of different AI models up against each other. Everything from simple machine learning algorithms to really complex deep learning networks, to see which one could nail the emotion classification most accurately.
And guess what? The winner wasn't just a single AI model. It was a whole team of them working together.
This is called a stacking approach, and it's like having a manager AI that learns from the predictions of a bunch of other models. It figures out each one's strengths and weaknesses, combines all their insights, and then makes a final call that's way more accurate than any single model could be on its own.
And to show off how well it works, the researchers built this simple little web app. You can just type in any text, and boom, it gives you a real-time analysis of the emotion it detects, along with how confident it is. It can pick up on disgust in one sentence, fear in the next. It's a really practical way to see the model in action.
Okay, so what happens when we put these three very different ways of looking at emotion side by side? We've got this ancient blueprint, a modern toolkit, and now a digital mirror.
What we really have here are three complementary views on the same thing. Ayurveda offers a framework for our basic nature. DBT gives us skills to manage our actions. And AI is starting to offer us a reflection of our expression. See how they fit together? Understanding your blueprint might help you figure out which tools from the toolkit you'll need the most, while the mirror can show you what you're actually putting out there.
And all this leaves us with one final big question. As our tools for understanding emotion keep evolving, whether they're ancient, therapeutic, or technological, are we actually getting closer to the truth of who we are? Or are we just building more and more sophisticated mirrors that only reflect back what we choose to show them?